It is a terrible thing to go through an entire year and not learn any vital thing from it. I believe that when you go through something, pain, loss, confusion, whatever it is, delay, it should leave you wiser. It should leave you with insight. It should leave you with something that makes your next season more pleasant, more grounded, and more efficient. So even though this is 2026, I intentionally took myself back to 2025 to sit with myself, to reflect, to ask myself this honest question: what did I really learn in 2025? What did 2025 teach me? And how can I use that information to make my 2026 better? And maybe, just maybe, use that information to make someone else's 2026 better too. And that is the reason I am making this video. First of all, Happy New Year to everyone watching. Welcome to 2026. I'm glad we both made it. And with what we know now, 2026 is definitely, absolutely going to be different from 2025. And I mean different in a good way. This is going to be a series because I don't want to put myself under the pressure of trying to fit everything into one video. Also, I want it organized, I want it intentional, I want it authentic, I want it to be genuinely helpful, not rushed. So I'm going to call this series What I Learned in 2025. It might be a 3, 4, or 5-part series. Let's see how it flows. In this first part, I want to talk about what I learned in 2025 about people and relationships. This was the year that it finally hit me that people are everything. Okay, let me say that correctly. Quality relationships are everything. Do you know it's possible to have nothing in your account and do life like a normal human being for a month, 6 months, sometimes even a year? If you have people who can hold it down for you until you get a grip of yourself. People who understand what you are going through and don't mind standing in the gap for you. For a long time, I always used to hear Apostle Joshua Selman say this: everything money can buy, relationships can buy, and even more. For the longest time, it was theory to me because I've never really experienced that kind of thing until 2025. 2025 for me was very inconsistent. Let me say 10 out of the 12 months I was down. Nothing I planned in 2025 worked out for me. Absolutely nothing. That's how, I don't want to say bad, but that is how crazy it was. And I had to depend on people. And that is when I finally understood what he kept saying. So let me tell you my story to further drive in my point. My rent expired. I didn't have any money. I was given 1 week to vacate my apartment, my premises. Didn't know where to go to, didn't know what to do because I had looked for a job throughout 2025. I got tired of applying, I got angry, I got bitter, and I got so tired, I got so weak, I got so fatigued from pushing and just trying to do everything. I just got tired. I'm given 1 week to leave my apartment, and in 1 week I'm asking, where am I gonna go to? And then I have this friend, she works at Zenith Bank. So because we had light issues, so for the most part of the year we didn't have light in my area. That's how bad everything, it was just crazy. Everything was just not working. So we didn't have light. And when I say light, for people who are not Nigerian, I'm talking about electricity. So I have a friend, she works at Zenith Bank. And I had to film, I had to shoot videos, I had to shoot YouTube videos. So I asked her, can I come shoot at your place? Since most of the time you're not around, you're at work. So why not come shoot at your place and then leave? So she gave me permission. She will always leave her key. and I'll come in, shoot my video. And this I'm telling you about coming to her place to shoot my videos. We didn't have lights, but I didn't know it was going to get this crazy. I didn't know I was ever going to need to stay with her. So I will come in, shoot my videos, but while I shoot my videos, or while I'm done shooting the videos, I make sure I dress her bed, I arrange her room, I do the dishes, I take out the trash can. Sometimes I wash her bathroom, you know, just to show appreciation for letting me, because she didn't owe me anything. She could have said no and I'll have nothing to do about it. So I was just so grateful to just come shoot and leave. So I'll come shoot. When I'm done, I'll clean her apartment and I will leave her key behind. Sometimes I will stay around till she returns from work. So I kept doing this. Because I needed to push out the videos. I couldn't just stay for an entire year, or almost an entire year, not posting because of that. So it got to a point where even when I didn't ask for the key, she would leave the key and she would chat me on WhatsApp, hey, I left the key for you in case you need it. Or when she's traveling, she say, hey, I left the key, please can you come stay at my place, so in case anything comes out, sorry, is that a correct English, comes out, anything comes up, then you can handle it for me. So I'll stay at her place till she returns from her journey. So when this happened, I had to reach out to her and I explained everything to her. So she allowed me to come live with her. But the issue is, what am I going to do with the things in my room? Where am I going to keep it? That was when another relationship came in handy. There's this woman, she's an elderly woman. She lives across my street. And she's a retired custom officer. And every time I pass by her house, I like to greet her, always greet her, show my respect, show honor. Sometimes I get her something little when I'm coming back from because I know I'm going to pass through her house, no matter how small. It wasn't about the thing. I just wanted to communicate honor. I didn't know why. Still didn't think that I would ever need her for anything. So I got tired of thinking in my head because my brain was already clogged. What am I going to do? I can't carry all these things to my friend's house. It's not going to fit in. So I went to her one evening and I explained everything to her. And she said it was okay for me to bring my things to keep it in her house. I brought my things, kept it in a safe room in her house. Only my things took a whole room. And I was saying, who could have allowed me to keep my things in their house so comfortably? And when I left her house, I just stood outside and I was like, so everything I need is with someone. Everything I will ever need is with someone. And I want to say that to you right now. Everything you will ever need is with someone. Is wrapped in a relationship somewhere. The help you've been praying for, the connection you've been wanting so badly, the promotion, everything is wrapped up in a relationship. Everything is wrapped up in people. So what I would say to you is treat that waiter like she's a human being. Treat that gate man, treat that janitor, that cleaner, whoever. Even when you think you don't need them, because you don't know. You don't know, you truly don't know. So this is what I'm going to say to you. Treat people like they are valuable, because they are. Treat people like they are treasures, because they are. And another thing is, don't be afraid to ask for help, especially when you're obviously down. Don't be afraid to ask questions, to ask for help, because sometimes the people who look like they're the ones who won't help you are the ones most willing to help you. You wouldn't know if you don't ask for help. And one last thing I will tell you before I get out of your face till next time is, no matter how hard it gets, no matter what it is, don't do 2026 alone. Don't try it. Do not do 2026 alone. I love you, and subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you in the part 2 of what I learned in 2025 series.